Welcome back. Continuing our COVID-19 coverage. It's been nearly a week since Boone County started its first phase of reopening.
We're checking in with Boone County Commissioner Fred Perry tonight on how it's all going. Commissioner, thank you for joining us.
Absolutely. Thank you.
And what is the overall feeling so far as we approach the almost first full week of the first phase of reopening?
Well, you know, I think that people are getting used to the social distancing. A lot of people have come back to work. You see a lot of traffic around town, which is an indication that people are getting back to normal. I think that probably frustration within the business community is probably reaching a fever pitch. As you know, there was a big rally downtown today of business folks. But, you know, overall, I think the adjustment has been pretty good. People are just so anxious to get back to life as they once knew it. So people seem to be following the rules and using the health and safety precautions that have been prescribed, and so far so good.
Commissioner, I wanted to ask you about a video that you had on your Facebook page this week where you talked about transparency in this whole process in regards to COVID-19 and some of the policy making. I guess, could you clarify, were you upset at all maybe with, was it the city county health department and their decision making in putting this order in place? As who the order comes from is that department here of the restrictions that we see. Are you upset with the way that they've been handling this situation?
Well, I think the communication has been poor. I think that when you make decisions to shut down churches and you shut down businesses, I think that you have to go out of your way to over-communicate to people about why you're closing their church or why you're closing their businesses. The county commission did not have the opportunity to review the health order before it was issued last Thursday, and so I was frustrated by that, and so I communicated my frustration to the city manager and to the health director, and then I, of course, started talking to constituents about my sense of unhappiness with the way things had been communicated. So I think we can do so much better. I think we owe it to people. If we've taken away their livelihood, we need to be able to tell them why we now have a health order that is indefinite. And a lot of business owners want to know when they can start going back to work. And that's something that I think is critical at this time.
And do you think that local health boards should be the only ones that really have the authority to implement these types of orders? Do you think they should go to city council or, you know, the county commission?
Well, I think it's really important that we have health experts making those decisions, but I do think there also needs to be more accountability. So one of the proposals is to actually change a law next term that would have the health director be an elected position within our community and throughout the state of Missouri. So I'm going to watch that very closely, but it seems appropriate to me that an elected person would have more accountability to their constituency and rather than someone who's just simply appointed.
Commissioner Perry, I did want to ask you once more, as far as the unemployment numbers, those just came out again this week. Another large swath of people filing for unemployment. What is the situation that you heard in Boone County?
Well, in Boone County, we have 12,600 people who have lost their livelihood. And so that's very devastating for a community that was once the lowest unemployment rate in the entire state of Missouri. So I think that we start to see some side effects from that with mental health issues, with depression, with hunger, domestic abuse. We have, when people are stuck at home all day, you see all kinds of problems. If the kids are not going to school, there's a very good chance they're not being fed. So there are a lot of social issues that we have to keep in mind, but that alarming rate of 12,000 folks unemployed in Boone County is pretty surprising.
All right. Thank you so much, Commissioner, for joining us tonight.